Back in the office up at the Capitol with Senator Charlie Laster. Senator Laster, thanks again.
Hey, it's good to be here. This is the last week of the legislative session. I've got my fingers crossed.
As cheers go up in the galley.
That's right.
Well, the reason that we have to be in the office is you guys are working the night oil. You weren't out last night until close to midnight.
Yeah, almost hit midnight last night in the Senate, and drive home to Shawnee and get up about 7 o'clock, get my kids to school, and head back up here. So I'm really glad this is the last week.
Yeah, it's all winding down, but a lot of activity. Let's talk a little bit about the rural grants that could be helpful to a lot of people in our area.
Yeah, it was an interesting deal that happened when the budget agreement was announced. There was no money in it for REAP grants, Rural Economic Action Program. And those grants are very important to our small communities. And so on the Senate side, the Senate Democrats stuck together, and we said that we were not going to approve the budget agreement as a whole. We refused to vote for it in committee, which indicated it might have trouble on the floor, and just said how important it was to us. And then the Republican leadership, I think, did the right thing, and I congratulate them for that. They redirected some money. Sometimes we say we found the money, but of course we don't really find it. It's just a matter of redirecting some money to fund the REAP grants, almost as much as they were last year. Most agencies got a 7% cut, and REAP got about a 7% cut. So we were pleased with that.
Well, it sounds great when we talk about grants. How can people in your districts actually take advantage of this money?
Well, most of this money does go through, the rural fire districts and some of the senior centers and that sort of thing. But they can contact me, or they could contact Representative Jett, who has a lot of the same district with me, and we can direct you all where to go on those issues.
In talking about rural issues, water, always an issue. Talk about what's been happening.
You know, we did pass just this morning House Bill 1483, which was the vehicle that was used for the water agreement. Other than the budget, that is absolutely, in my opinion, the most important thing we've done this session in the legislature. It just is important for many, many years to come. It's a lot more important than tort reform and things of that nature. To protect water, which is probably our most valuable resource, is a #1 priority, and we did get that done. We hope we've done it perfectly, but we know that we've gotten it done pretty good.
In talking about water a little bit, even in the Shawnee area, it's the drought conditions. They seem to continue. Talk about our supply in Oklahoma, and are we in danger of not having enough water?
We have plenty of water in Oklahoma. The question is the distribution of that. We actually have 10 times more water go down through the Comanche River Basin in that area and into the Red River each year than we use in the entire state of Oklahoma. But we don't have plenty of water everywhere we need it. And so it's the distribution of that water is important. But this bill that we just got through passing will go a long way toward protecting that asset and making sure that entities in Texas aren't able to come and basically take our water from us.
So our water supply is intact. We have the REAP grants in our area that can be beneficial. Anything else that just vital coming down to the stretch?
Well, of course, the budget is always the big thing, and the short version, I always want people at home to know this. Despite what you hear and read about that goes on in Congress and the spending that has us all concerned, please know that we balance the budget every year in Oklahoma. We did not tap into the rainy day fund. That is still left, all of it, for the future years. It may be raining a little bit more next year and the year after that. But we have been very prudent and very cautious with your money. We stay within our budget, we balance the budget, and we don't just spend all the money we have just because we can. So I want people to, when they hear about what's going on in Congress, to at least say, well, I'm glad here in Oklahoma that our guys are taking care of our money and that we're staying within budget at 23rd and Lincoln in Oklahoma City.
Well, and that's a good example for all of us in these tough times and our budgets as well, putting a little bit back, even though they're tough times, to be able to save for our own personal rainy days. Senator Laster, thank you very much for stopping in with us and allowing us actually into your office.
Been my pleasure to have you all here all session long, and although I'm looking forward to the end of session, I'm always there to help people if they have questions about state government, so give me a call.